Hi, my name is Allah.
I'm Abdullah.
And I'm Mila, and you're listening to the youngest Canadian radio show host on CKMS 102.7 FM Radio Waterloo. We would first like to acknowledge that we are here on the traditional territory of the
Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, Arundan, and neutral peoples. Thank you to all the listeners for tuning in, and thank you to all those on Facebook seeing us live on our new radio show, hashtag Can Youth Vote Matter, and hashtag Can Minority Vote Matter Awareness Campaign. Today, you might be wondering, why this awareness campaign and radio show? Well, with my awareness campaign and radio show, youth and minorities can learn firsthand what steps are involved in the election process, how they can run or become part of a political campaign or a cause that they believe in, what motivates their political candidates and activists to do what they're doing, and what sacrifices they have to make to do what they're doing. My radio show will show youth and minorities how they can make themselves heard and have their issues get the priority they deserve. Youth are a quarter of Canada's population, and minorities are no less than 1/5 either. Youth and minorities, what I've learned with my awareness campaign is that your elected members will listen to you if you voted. The minority can come out and partner with their candidate, and that candidate, once elected, will support them in making legislation and laws. And youth, you need to understand this. Any legislation made today will affect your present and your future the most. After every election, elected representatives know which groups vote in the elections. If they knew that the youth and minorities voted, they'll listen to them and listen to their issues. Youth and minorities, according to statistics, voter turnout varies across age groups and is worse among young voters, a gap that has widened since the 1990s. Only 38.8% of Canadians aged 18 to 24 voted in 2011, compared to 75.1% aged 65 to 74. Turnout also tends to be lower among single parents and newer immigrants who have obtained citizenship, according to Statistics Canada. The voter turnout in the 2018 Kitchener municipal elections was only 28%. Only 28%. Come on then, youth and minorities. You say they don't listen to us, they don't make legislation and laws that address our issues and concerns. Wake up, guys. Wake up. Remember, remember, Monday, October 21st, youth vote. Youth and minorities, our Kitchener Mayor Barry has started the Mayor's Task Force on Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. This is a great initiative to counter all the negativities that are increasing and surrounding us today. According to Statistics Canada, hate crime in Canada has increased by almost 50%. That is a lot, believe me, by any measures that's a lot. In our own Canada, the ship SS St. Louis with more than 900 Jewish refugees on board who were seeking asylum and safety. These innocent refugees were later returned to Europe, where a large number of them later died in the Holocaust and death camps. This ship, this voyage of the damned, had children on board who were scared, terrified, and crying. But at that time, we looked away. The discrimination that our LGBTQ+ community faced many times, whether it's the Toronto's bathhouse raids or many other such incidences, all these are part of our Canadian history too. KW listeners, you don't have to go far. Just go to your Waterloo Museum or sit with different groups, and you will know that in our own KW, who treated wrongly the German immigrants in the early 1900s, then later down the years, who treated the former Yugoslavian immigrants wrongly, and now who are treating the Syrian immigrants wrongly. Going to the Waterloo Museum, you will learn how our Chinese migrants were taxed wrongly. Also, many Canadian First Nations peoples were stopped from many of their traditional practices. And who among us can forget Viola Desmond, a woman of color, a woman of minority, a young woman who refused to leave her seat in the white section of a theater? Yes, this happened in our Canada. Listeners, have you heard the hues and cries of parents of children who have autism? Even these kids were not spared. But guys, our Canada is a beautiful place. We hide our downs, but we educate each other. We do not hide our history. All these are our strengths, and this is what makes us great. We stand strong together. Most of us are good at heart. Every time I stand in front of a mirror, I say, "Hey Allah, I'm a Canadian." It makes my heart fill with joy, and it brings a smile to my face. We all love calling this beautiful and great country Canada our home. Our beloved veteran Harry Watts once told us that our Canada is like a garden, and all the different flowers in it are what make it beautiful. This is what he fought for and what he believed in, and I hope we're able to keep it that way. Youth and minorities, now more than ever, your role is very important. As you hold the power to vote, youth and minorities make these negativities that are growing ever stronger in our kin to go away. We need to come together and vote, because our vote and our elected representatives will make laws and legislations that can take away these negativities. Youth, look around the world. Wherever a revolution or any activism for change happens, it's always done by the sacrifices of the youth. During these even the society calls them out to make the change. The Canadian activist Natalie Moore is a youth. The Pakistani activist Malala Yousafzai is a youth. The American Emma Gonzalez is a youth. The young women leading the democratic revolution in Sudan are youth, just like Alasala. I was honored that a young woman came to me and said that I reminded her of Alasala. The Swedish activist Greta Thunberg is a youth. And the Canadian activist Anna Peltier, an Anishinaabe girl, is also a youth. So listeners, again, the Mayor's Task Force on Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion is a great example of what positive things our elected representatives can do, and we are so proud to be a part of it. Listeners, today we were supposed to have Barry Vrbanovic, but it seems he's running a bit late, so we're going to skip the questions for now. We're going to be singing. As you know, singing is also a part of our radio show. So enjoy Set Fire to the Rain by Adele. I let it fall, my heart, and as it fell, you rose to claim it. It was dark, and I was over, but then you kissed my lips, and you saved me. My hands, they're strong, but my knees were far too weak to stand in your arms without falling to your feet. But there's a side to you that I never knew all the things you'd say they were never true, and the games you'd play, you would always win, always win.
But I set fire to the rain, watched it pour as I touched your face. Well, it burned while I cried, 'cause I heard it screaming out your name,
Your name. When I lay with you, I could stay there, close my eyes, feel you here. Forever, you and me together, nothing gets better. 'Cause there's a side to you that I never knew all the things you'd say they were never true, and the games you'd play, you would always win, always win. But I set fire to the rain, watch it pour as I touch your face. Well, it burned while I cried, 'cause I heard it screaming out your name, your name. I set fire to the rain, and I threw us into the flames. Well, it felt something died, 'cause I knew that was the last time. The last time. Sometimes I wake up by the door. The heart you called must be waiting for you. Even now, when we're already over, I can't help myself from looking for you. I set fire to the rain, watch it pour as I touch your face. Well, it burned while I cried, 'cause I heard it screaming out your name, your name. I set fire to the rain, and I threw us into the flames. Well, it felt something died, 'cause I knew that was the last time. last time. Oh no, let it burn, burn, let it burn, let it burn. Thank you very much.
Hey guys, it's Isla here, and subscribe to my Twitter at the rate AYLA_awesome and Instagram AYLA_awesome forever. Those two are Isla_awesome and Isla_awesome forever.
Hey guys, we're the youngest Canadian radio show hosts, but before this radio show, we also made video games too, and we claim to be the youngest siblings to make video games in the world. One of our video games is titled Trevor vs. the Heart of Doom. Trevor's power is real Canadian milk. It makes Trevor strong. We also started a school project called Making Canadian Kids Strong Again, one kid, one glass of milk at a time. We want milk to be given to elementary students every school day free of cost.
Hey guys, it's Abdullah here. With our video games, we also create a lot of characters. Some of them include Trudy Fruity, which represents compassion and has many flavors of diversity. Sheer Soda, who has a bubbly and friendly personality. He's also very understanding. Mother May, who cares about her environment and wants to protect it. Jugmeat, he is calm, he keeps his composure and holds everyone together. He is also tough and sturdy. You can check all our characters on our website, www.alaaconseil.ca. That is www.alaaconseil.ca, and order our t-shirts. The money we raise will also help us in making our community strong again, especially for the kids. We are also publishing our first 4 comics. That's 4. Our comic titles are 1. The Space Force Saves the Moon. A story where the children are separated from their parents and taken to the moon and how they are reunited. 2. Trevor versus the Heart of Doom. A story of how the parents of Trevor are kidnapped and then how Trevor used the power of real Canadian milk to save them. 3. Pepperly versus the Diabolical Diapers. The story of how Super Baby, Pacifier Boy, and Pamper Girl fight off Diabolical Diaper and his henchmen. 4. The Perils of the Designers. A story of how man and nature can survive in harmony. Again, the money we raise will also help us in making our community strong again, especially for the kids.
Guys, it seems Barry is not going to be able to make it today, so I'm just going to continue normally. Youth, have you noticed that there are very little opportunities, events, or programs for us who are in the middle and high schools? We are the ones who are full of energy, dreams, and inspirations. We have the capacity to change the world. And if provided with the right tools, we can do what we were born to do, which is to innovate and create and make our world a better place for everyone. And we know we'll have a great time while doing all of that. Even during summer break, we lost a lot of our precious time, and it's not our fault at all. I know that the Waterloo Region District School Board, the WRDSB, has 16 secondary schools and 19,854 total secondary students. So I would like to request our Kitchener Mayor Barry to start as a pilot project and include some middle and high schools in our region and make a space tailored for us, the youth, ages 13 to 17. I know that there are spaces like the YMCA in Waterloo with a library attached to it, or a library next to a high school, or a community center in Kitchener. I am talking about a space specially tailored for an age group for 13 to 17 years old, as they are the ones who can change the world, who have huge dreams, and who need to channel their energies in the right direction. I'm thinking of a space under one roof which is all season. All season is a term used by my dad, who's in real estate. I'm thinking of a place that has its own library, a couple of basketball courts, a gym, an ice rink, and a swimming pool. A space which has a music and art studio. A space which has its own digital technologies learning hub. A space which has its own mini theater, just like the one in the downtown Kitchener Library. A space which has rock climbing, pool tables, and a video games room. A space which has its own food court. A space which has rooms where you can get tutoring in math, physics, chemistry, biology, and other sciences and art subjects. A space which has a trades learning room where we can get information and working experience in the trades. A space where we have a kitchen where we can learn to make meals so we're prepared for college, university, and our adult lives. A space where we can have workshops on video game making, writing, tech, finance, farming, equity, diversity, inclusion, and many more. We can have Break the Stigma workshops. BTS is a club I and Do have started in my school this week. This month, BTS was doing Orange Shirt Day. We raised awareness, did announcements, sold t-shirts, and I'm wearing one today. If you would like to order one, call Cortland Public School and ask for John Howison and order your t-shirts. They come in all sizes. We can have workshops on climate change and on what we can do to preserve our precious environment. To me, many institutions and companies would like to come and do workshops, not just for free, but to sponsor many of the events too. Like Manulife or Google Kitchener will not only sponsor us, but do workshops for free, as they will see us as their future workforce, a great resource, and as their future clients. Also, I am sure teams from our regional universities will be more than happy to come and coach us in sports. This place should be open 7 days a week. The timing for seasons we can decide later. This space should be free of cost or with very minimum monthly membership fees. I know the province will also chip in because this space will prepare us, the youth, to be prepared for the future jobs and free us to be creative. The better we, the youth, are prepared, the better output we will give, and thus more money is generated, because we will be ready for better paying jobs, and in return will pay more taxes to the governments. It's a win-win situation for everyone. Hey Justin Bieber, we belong to a region where you grew up. You are like our neighbor. Please help us in making our space. We can name the Music and Art Studio as Never Say Never Studio. We can call this place the Chill and Create or the Squad's Hangout. I'm sure this place will not be very expensive. The mayor's finance team can do the budgeting. I believe that this place will make our region strong and great. Hey Barry, think about it. Don't be the mayor they call the man, but be the mayor we will call the chill dude. Okay, enough of slang from me.
Hey guys, since Barry's not here, I am going to be singing a second song. It is Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. I heard there was a secret chord that David played and he pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to a kitchen chair, she broke your throne, she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew a hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Thank you. Let's all have a round of applause for Abdullah. Y'all might be wondering, I've done this radio show so many times, but I've never really explained why I do and why I've started my awareness campaign. Well, the reason I started my awareness campaign, it all really started because of my mother. She's the greatest inspiration to me. Everything I am is because of her. She's over there. And I just want to say I love her so much. And everything I am is because of her. It all started back last October. My mom was running for the elections. She was trying to become a counselor. And one of her platforms was getting youth more jobs, more opportunities. But when we went out, people said, the jobs are out there, but the youth are way too lazy. And that's a real mistake. I feel like people don't understand the youth. They do so much. They have to pay off their student loans, their crippling student loans, student debt, and they have to work minimum wage jobs, no benefits, for hours, 2 or 3 at a time. And then we give them this kind of stuff that they're not important enough, they're too lazy, and that's just not right. Another reason I started this is when we were campaigning, we were going to minorities, like visible minorities' houses, and they would say, oh, what's the point? We're a minority. It's just one vote. It's really not going to count. And that's a horrible mentality to have, especially since so many people had it. We're having a loss of ideas, of opinions. And so we're getting the same group, and the same group that just represents the whole of the region, the whole of the place, the whole of the community. And that's not fair. We're getting a marginalized group that doesn't give their opinions out. And that is not fair at all. Abdullah, would you like to add anything?
No, I'm pretty sure you're right about everything. Like, if the youth don't, then there are not many voices being heard by everyone. So without the youth, they add, like, what should I say, a different flavor to voting, right? So without the youth, there's not many voices.
Ayla, how about you?
I got nothing to say.
How do you think that the elections affect us kids? Because we can't vote, but we can still get our voices out.
If kids like us there were more kids like us that actually did it would be better for like the politicians, because like they would get more votes and then more voices would be heard. If the kids like us started telling more kids, and then those kids started telling their parents, then maybe the politicians would get more like
More
votes.
diverse and
Yeah.
Thank you, Ayla. Thank you. So, another thing I have to stress, youth and minorities, we only have a few minutes, but it is incredibly important for you guys to vote. Youth are a quarter of Canada's population, and minorities are no less than 1/5 either. What I've learned with my awareness campaign is that your elected members will listen to you if you voted. Minorities can come out and partner with their candidate, and that candidate, once elected, will support them in making legislation and laws. And the thing is, youth, you need to understand this. Any legislation you need to be will affect your present and your future the most. After every election, elected representatives know which groups vote in the elections. If they knew that the youth and minorities voted, they'll listen to them and listen to their issues. Youth and minorities, according to statistics, voter turnout varies across age groups and is worse among young voters, a gap that has widened since the 1990s. Only 38.8% of Canadians aged 18 to 24 voted in 2011, compared to 75.1% aged 65 to 74. Canada also tends to be lower among single parents and newer immigrants who have obtained citizenship, according to Statistics Canada. The voter turnout in the 2018 Kitchener municipal elections was only 28%. Only 28%. Come on then, guys. We need to vote. We need to get our voices out. Guys, we're expecting our grandmother and uncle and aunt to visit us soon and see how beautiful our country Canada is, and how with hard work and with support, we've come to be what we are today. Minorities, if visas for your family and grandparents are something you hold dear and close to your heart, then your vote is what holds all that power. And I know many of us have our visas rejected and we become upset and lost. But if you use your vote and go out and talk to your candidate that this is important to you, then this is what your candidate, once elected, will help you with. Guys, we're also looking for sponsors for other projects specially made for the kids in our community. Just a walking distance from our studio is Google. Hey Google, sponsor our projects. Timmy's and Walmart, what about you? For more information, visit our website, www.aalaaconseil.ca. Youth and minorities, let us know what's important to you so we can share it here. You can text us at 519-721-2905 or email us at ourchildrenmatter@aalaaconseil.ca. Again, that's ourchildrenmatter@aalaaconseil.ca. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to catch us next week, same time, same channel, CKMS 102.7 FM Radio Waterloo. Remember, October 21st, Youth Vote Matters. Remember, hashtag Can You Vote Matter and hashtag Can Minority Vote Matter. It does. It does. Thank you.